This week we're not able to have class because I'm out of town for vacation and then a competition, so I wanted to film a workout that you could follow along to. You could do this workout for any other time you're missing class. It's a good full body workout, pretty simple to follow along to. Also, if you've never been to a Move Well, Move Strong class, this might give you a decent idea of the kind of things we do in our class, but this will be a little bit simpler than most of our classes since I'm not there to guide form. So we're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to prime the whole body, then we'll do some activations, and then we'll move into our strength training and end with cool down. So the first thing we're going to do is just look right and left to get our neck warmed up. We're going to do this 10 times in each direction. 9, 10, and we're going to look up and down. 1, 2, 3. We're going to reach under the belly and above the head while laterally shearing our hips. Go nice and slow on these, warming up those hip flexors and shoulders. We're going to do this 5 times in each direction. Really trying to move from the hips. And number 5. From here, we're going to move to a good morning. We're going to be doing some other hinging in this workout, so we want to get hinged, warmed up here. We're hinging at the hips, keeping those straight legs. Not like a deadlift. We want to keep our legs locked out, so our chest is facing the ground. We also want to keep that tight spine and core. We're going to do these 10 times. After the good mornings, we're going to continue that hamstring warm-up by putting our toe in the sky, heel in the ground, hinging at the hip, hinging back and down while sweeping the leg. We're going to do 5 on each leg. Make sure we're not curling the back, hinging back and down. And 5 switch legs. Here we're going to lay on the mat. First thing we're going to do in this prone or supine position is bring our feet together, knees together, hands flat, and I'm going to let my knees rock slowly to the ground, side to side. We're trying to keep our shoulders to the mat and make our knees get all the way to the mat. It's hard to do both of those things, but you want that counterbalance of the shoulders trying to keep the mat, or trying to stay glued to the mat. Get that nice stretch. Again, we're going to do 8 of these on each side. And then we're gonna move into our hands and knees position and alternate dead bugs, or not dead bugs, but bird dogs. So left-handed, right foot, trying to make a straight line, kick out, and back to center, do it on the other side. Try to not let your hips tilt too much, staying in a nice straight line facing the ground. Pull your belly button to your spine, keep your core engaged. We're going to do 8 of these on each side. And 1 more on each side. We're going to grab a light kettlebell, somewhere between 6 and 12 kilograms. And we're going to hold that upside down at the chest and do some halos and do a squat and curl. So when I halo, I'm trying to point my elbows at the ceiling in the back, bring it all the way to the front, and go back around the other direction. And now we get into as deep a squat as we can, chest up, elbows inside, do a curl, and stand back up. So we're gonna do 10 of these. You wanna make sure you've picked a weight that's sustainable. You don't wanna go too fast. You want to think in that squat that you're pulling yourself to the ground, not dropping. Pulling those hips down, chest upright. And if you don't get to 10, in the time I get to 10, that's fine. You can pause it. You can roll it back, or you can do slightly less than 10. All right, we should be nice and warmed up for the strength portion of our workout. So before we get into the strength portion of this workout, I'm going to show you what it looks like, so then you can follow along. So first thing is a suitcase deadlift. So I'm starting with the kettlebell outside of my foot. I'm trying to hinge at the hips and keeping my shoulders and hands moving at the same rate regardless of which one is loaded. So as I come down to grab that kettlebell, I'm hinging down and back with my hips. I don't want my legs straight. I want my hips going back like I'm closing a car door with my butt. It's not a squat. I'm not originating the movement from my knees, but they are bending as I push my hips back and find my way to that kettlebell. And then everything stays straight and connected. My core is nice and tight. My shoulders are level to each other. So again, I'm hinging back. I'm going till my kettlebell gets about to the middle of my shin, coming back up, those hands and shoulders level to each other. So we're gonna do that motion for 30 seconds. And when that 30 seconds is up, we're gonna take a step back with the loaded side leg, forearm to the knee, and we're gonna row for 30 seconds. I always wanna hold for just a second at the top of that row, and I wanna control the descent of the kettlebell. You should get 8 to 12 reps on that row in those 30 seconds. And then we're gonna clean that kettlebell up into our other hand. And we're going to squat deep and press through above the head into a weighted thruster. We're gonna do each of those movements for 30 seconds. We'll switch to the other side, we'll take a minute rest. Start this workout light and move up in weight if you need to. If you've never done this workout, if you've done it or done similar workouts, you know what weight is good for you, then go ahead. All right, and here we go. Breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. And taking a step forward, moving into those rows. Again, nice and slow on the way down. Go as fast as you want on the way up. Hold it at the top. Just 10 more seconds of these. Now we're moving to those weighted thrusters. Kettlebells in the hand. Bring it back to the chest. Squat deep. And in 3 seconds, we're gonna switch sides. So we switch sides. Again, hands, shoulders moving evenly with each other, just like you're deadlifting a bar. Hips being sent back. A little bend in the knee to create space. We got 10 seconds. And now we take a step back and get those rows. And in 10 seconds, we're gonna move to those thrusters, and then we'll get a break. And pop that kettlebell up, and thrusters. If you're comfortable in the rack position and in the clean, you could do these as normal thrusters. But when we're first learning these movements, a weighted thruster is a nice way to keep it even and time. We're gonna rest for a minute. We're gonna go through that. Cycle for 3 more rounds. If you're new to this workout, if you're trying this along and you're not someone who regularly attends these classes, 3 to 4 rounds are great. It's okay to quit early. This is new. Quit if your form gives up on you. And move on to the next portion. And in 20 seconds, we're gonna do this again. You'll notice I'm keeping a nice light weight here because I've already done this workout once today and I've done some jiu-jitsu today. So this is my demonstration weight. 3, 2, 1, and go. When you come to the top of that deadlift, don't overlock out. We're trying to go to a standing plank. We're not trying to push our hips forward. We're keeping everything tight, finding that standing plank, walking the lats and the shoulders out, and taking a step back for those rows. And 10 more seconds of these. And weight adjusters. Ten seconds, we'll switch hands. And switching hands. 10 seconds. And switch those legs, get those rows in. And switch into those squats in just a couple seconds. Here we go. Seconds. I'll take another minute to hold this. Three, two, one, and go. When you come to the top of that deadlift, don't overlock out. We're trying to go to a standing plank. We're not trying to push our hips forward. Keeping everything tight. Finding that standing plank, walking the lats and the shoulders out, and taking a step back for those rows. Okay, 7 more seconds of these. And weight adjusters. Ten seconds, we'll switch hands. And switching hands. Ten seconds. And switch those legs, get those rows in. And switch into those squats in just a couple seconds. Here we go. Ten seconds. We'll take another minute long rest. And we're going to end this workout with a 3-direction plank. So we're going to do a side plank for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do traditional on the elbows plank or on the hands, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then a side plank on the other side. So a side plank, I'm going to be on my elbow, and you can either be elevated on your knees or on your legs, wherever you can make a straight line and hold for the longest. If you want to reduce this to 20 seconds and then 10-second rest and then 20 seconds and 10-second rest, that's also totally fine. We're going to go through this 3 times. So here we go. Keeping that nice straight line, hips as high as you can get, and then in 4 seconds we're going to switch to a normal plank right in front of us. Again, pulling that belly button to the spine, keeping the shoulders locked out. Ten seconds in this position. 2, 1, and we drop it. That other elbow and the knee, keeping those hips high, staying locked out. If you want to move up to your ankles for a little extra challenge, that's great. Ten seconds left here. And time. You can take a 30-second rest and do that 2 more times. So here we go. Keeping that nice straight line, hips as high as you can get. And then in 4 seconds, we're going to switch to a normal plank right in front of us. Again, pulling that belly button to the spine, keeping the shoulders locked out. 10 seconds in this position. 2, 1, and we're dropping. That other elbow and the knee, keeping those hips high, staying locked out. If you want to move over to your ankles for a little extra challenge, it's great. Ten seconds left here. And time. And take a 30-second rest. So here we go. Keeping that nice straight line, hips as high as you can get. And in 4 seconds, we're going to switch to a normal plank right in front of us. Again, pulling that belly button through the spine, keeping the shoulders locked out. Ten seconds in this position. 2, 1, and we're dropping. That other elbow and the knee, keeping those hips high, staying locked out. If you want to move up to your ankles for a little extra challenge, it's great. Ten seconds left here. And time. Last thing today is just a little bit of mobility. So we're gonna lay on our side, grab our top knee, reach our hand out in front of us, make a big circle on the mat, over the head, until we get completely facing away from us, looking at our hand, pulling that knee to the ground, and back the other direction. And we're gonna do 5 of these. On one side, and one more, and then 5 on the other. In addition to that, we're going to do a piriformis stretch. Ankle goes over the knee, pull that in. We're going to hold that pose for the next 30 seconds. I'm reaching through the hole that is created when I triangle this leg, grabbing that shin and pulling it. Try and relax the head, ready to be up tight. Block here. And switch sides. The other great cool down, if you can do it, is a nice walk. Helps reset the body after we've put stress on it. Even if that's doing it later tonight. Just 5 more seconds in this position. And time. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed following along.